So there were two farmers, and it was a pretty bad drought, and their farms were dried up, and things were not looking great. And one day, one of the farmers looks over the fence, and he sees the other farmer, and he's building a dam. And he says, "Hey, what are you doing?" He goes, "I'm building a dam." He said, "Well, why are you building a dam?" He goes, "There's no water." He goes, "The rain's coming." And the guy shrugged his shoulders and walked away. About a week later, 2 weeks later, farmer looks over the fence again, and he sees the other farmer, and he says, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm building an irrigation system." And he said, "But there's still no water. What are you going to do with it?" He said, "Don't worry, the rain's coming." 3 weeks later, clouds open up, skies are black, it's pouring rain. And the farmer that built the irrigation system and that built the dam has this whole beautiful, beautiful irrigation system and water flowing. And the other farmer, he gets his crops to grow a little bit from the rain, but then a couple of weeks later, it dries up again. And he looks over the fence, and the other farmer still has water and his irrigation system's going, and he's got this beautiful, lush farm. And he looks over at him and he says, "How did you do that?" He goes, "I told you I built a dam and an irrigation system." He said, "But there was no rain." He said, "I know there was no rain, but I kept telling you, it's coming." So listen, COVID, okay, killed a lot of people. Well, physically, yes, but I was talking about just like mentally, business wise. So many bad things have happened in this country as a result of this, okay? And if we would have just continued to believe that it's never going to end and that this is just going to continue to be like this and we're just going to sit and wait for things to eventually turn around, nothing's going to happen, right? Look at all these businesses that have pivoted. Look at all the businesses online now that weren't online or that were doing very little online and now are doing everything online, right? That's because they knew the rain was coming. They knew it wasn't there right then and there, but they knew it's coming. And that when the rain comes, they're going to be prepared to take advantage of it, right? It's the same thing. So if you're struggling right now with this pandemic, right, especially if you're a teenager, I know it's hard. You can't see your friends the way you used to. Maybe now you can get out a little more, but you're still limited, right? Or if you're in college, you're not supposed to party. Some kids are, and we see there's problems as a result of that. But you're limited on what you can do. Your life is definitely limited. But mentally, if you prepare yourself that things are eventually going to be okay, and you build the relationships now, and you do the work you need to do now, and you do whatever you need to do to set things in place so when things finally go back to normal, you're in a good place and you're starting up at the top instead of starting at the bottom, you're in a much better place. It's the same thing for businesses. Businesses that didn't pivot, it's going to take them a very, very long time to get back to where they were, if they ever do. But businesses that saw this coming and knew that they needed to do something, they did something. And they pivoted and they prepared for it. And when things finally turn around, they're going to be in a much better place. So just like the farmer that waited, right? Yeah, he got some beautiful crops for a little while, but things kind of went back down. But this other farmer who prepared ahead of time and built an irrigation system and built the dam, when the rain finally came, he was really, really enjoying it and he benefited tremendously from it. So it's just so important. Things sometimes look dark for us, and this could be anybody. You could be dealing with any host of issues. But when you think things are at their darkest, there is always light. You just have to be willing to put your best foot forward and know that it's going to be there and prepare ahead of time so when that time does come, that you're ready to step into it and step into your power. Have a great day.